Hello students, welcome back to Tejas classes. I hope you are all doing very well. In today's session, we'll be learning about the most important and demanded topic of all the competitive examinations of ancient history, Indus Valley civilization, which is the first civilization in the Indian subcontinent. It is also known as Harappan civilization. Guys, this is very important topic. That is, if learning this topic alone will cover nearly 60 to 70% of your ancient history syllabus. So very important topic. Please do watch the video till the end. If you have not watched the previous videos, that is regarding the Stone Age, please watch those videos first and then watch this Indus Valley civilization, because it becomes easy for you to relate to this Indus Valley topic. Now, before starting our session, please join our WhatsApp group and Telegram channel where you can find the different quizzes of different topics and also free PDF materials which are essential for your examinations. First of all, let us understand about the prehistoric period classification which we have learnt earlier. In the previous videos, we have seen the Stone Age classification. What we have seen? Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, and how the human has transformed from one phase to the other phase. And in the Neolithic period, after the Neolithic period comes the Chalcolithic period, where copper has been invented by that is discovered by the ancient man. They have used the copper and stone. We have learned about these four phases, right? So now the question arises. So where does this Indus Valley civilization actually falls? Many students have a doubt regarding the time period of Indus Valley civilization. So basically we found the charts on the YouTube or in the Google. So this is the basic classification, but there did not be any classification regarding the Indus Valley, because Indus Valley civilization or Harappa culture started in the bronze phase and ended in the bronze phase only. Okay, so Indus Valley civilization, shortly IVC, is a part of Bronze Age. This Indus Valley civilization started around 3300 BC. It started developing from 3300 BC, which is the early phases of Bronze Age. So some people also call it as early Chalcolithic period. That is, Harappa culture started in the early Chalcolithic period, but it has flourished. That is, it is developed intensely in the Middle Bronze Age. So we'll look into detail about it now. And one more thing, guys, so after this Bronze Age, we enter into the Metal Age. So we have already seen this. We have not learned about iron, but we have seen the classification, right? So in the Iron Age, after this Bronze Age only iron comes. So by seeing this, what we come to know, that Indus Valley civilization people doesn't know about iron. So they don't know about iron. The only things which the Indus Valley civilization people know, that is copper and the stones. So this was the major metals and tools, items which are known to the Indus Valley civilization. Very important, guys. Is the iron known to the Indus Valley civilization? No. Now, Indus Valley civilization or Harappan civilization. So why it is called Harappan civilization? I'll explain you with the help of the map in the coming slide. Now, concentrate on the time period. See, Harappan culture has developed from 3300 BC to 1300 BC. So in this period only Harappan culture has developed and also declined. Okay, as we have seen the how the Stone Age has classified into Paleolithic, Mesolithic and Neolithic. In the same way, this Harappan culture is also further classified into three phases. The first one is early Harappan phase, mature Harappan phase, late Harappan phase. So these are the time periods. Early 3300 BC to 2600 BC, mature 2600 to 900 BC, 1900 BC, late 1900 BC to 1300 BC. Of all the three phases, we have found the major evidences and major development, that is, where does the Harappa culture flourish, means where did actually the Harappa culture started and developing and was in high position. In which period? In the mature Harappan phase. So in the early Harappan phase, there was slightly development, but there were no seen evidences that major developments happen in this period. In the late Harappan, it was decline of the Harappan phase. So when was actually this Harappan phase, that is Harappan culture has flourished? In the mature Harappan phase. So we can indirectly relate this mature Harappan phase to the Harappan civilization or Indus Valley civilization, which is a period between 2600 BC to 1900 BC. Now see this. See, we have seen the Bronze Age 4000 BC to 1500 BC. But what is the Harappan culture period? 3000 BC to 1300 BC. That is, this Harappan culture is a part of Bronze Age, and we have seen Chalcolithic age. So, Chalcolithic age is Harappan culture have parallelly developed. So, one is on the other place, one is on the other place. Chalcolithic period was for a very long time, but Harappan culture was more developed than this Chalcolithic period. It was very superior. Harappan civilization was very much developed and very much superior than all the other phases, including the post-Harappan phases also. The constructions which are constructed in the Harappan phase, that is in the Harappan civilization or Indus Valley civilization time, so the constructions were actually made after many years after the Harappan declining in the Egypt. Okay, so that was the advancements and development in this Harappan phase. That is why it has gained such an importance. See, Indus Valley was a home to the largest of four ancient urban civilizations of Egypt, Mesopotamia, India and China. Friends, when we learn about the ancient history, we come to know the oldest civilizations, which are mainly these Mesopotamia, Egypt, India and China civilizations, right? So in this map we can see the oldest civilizations, and among these four civilizations, Indus Valley civilization was the very important thing and very much developed one. Okay, so in the Egypt, where was the civilization formed? Along the Nile river. So all the civilizations have formed along the river sources only, guys. Okay, any civilization which has developed, it should be near the water source only. In the Egypt, it was along the Nile river. In the Mesopotamia, the present Iran, it was near the Tigris and Euphrates river, and in China near Yellow river. And coming to our civilization, that is Indus Valley civilization, along the Indus river. In Hindi, it is also known as Sindh. Okay, what is valley? Under the mountain. So Indus Valley civilization. So name came. So actually the name of the river is Indus, and the people who lived around this Indus are known as Indois by the Greeks. Okay, so Greeks used to come for the trading in this time. It was not alone India, right? India was very much bigger at that time. So Greeks used to come to here for trading, and they call these people along the Indus river as Indoi, and consequently they have called this civilization, that is group of people, as Indus Valley civilization. Now, the early Harappan phase is related to Accra phase identified in the Ghaggar Accra river valley. I have already just now seen the classification of Indus Valley civilization. So, in the early phase of Harappan civilization, where those people have lived? These people have lived near the Ghaggar Accra river valley, and where it is? It is in India near UP at that time. So here was the Ghaggar Accra river valley. So along this river, people have settled in the early phase. So many people, historians and archaeologists, have called this as early Harappan phase as Accra phase. Very important, guys. And most of the archaeologists prefer to call them as Indus Saraswati civilization. See, now comes the one more river, which is the Saraswati river. Now we don't have that river, it has dried up many years ago. But at that time, that is in the Harappan civilization, so many people believe that this Saraswati was the main reason for the development of Harappan civilization. It ran along parallelly to the Indus river. Okay, we'll see them in the map clearly. For the time being, please see this. It was in parallelly to the Indus river, and see as the people have settled along these two rivers, archaeologists have called it as Indus Saraswati civilization. Very important. How many names? Indus Valley civilization, Harappan civilization, Indus Saraswati civilization. The Harappan culture was distinguished by its system of town planning and urbanization. See, Indus Valley civilization, the topic is all about its town planning and urbanization. That is, how the city has planned, how the houses are constructed, how well the drainage system, how well the water management system are maintained. So this is all about our Indus Valley civilization. That's why in the past period, no other civilizations had made this development. Even as I already said that, even after the post-Harappan period, there were no such developments. So don't know how people have thought like this and who has developed. We don't have any evidence. But this was the major development in that ancient period. Now, let us understand about the where actually this Indus Valley civilization was there and where these people used to live. Okay. See, we have studied that Indus Valley civilization is along the Indus River. Here in this blue color line is there, no? This is the Indus River, okay? This passing through Jammu Kashmir and through the Punjab, Pakistani's Punjab, Sindh and into the Arabian Sea, okay? This is the Indus River. Actually, initially the Indus Valley civilization was started in this central province of Punjab and Sindh. Sorry. In the central province of Punjab and Sindh, Indus Valley civilization has started. So once it has started expanding in all the four directions. Okay, it was started around somewhere here. Okay, and where it was extended up to? It was extended to Balochistan. The present it is in Pakistan. Okay, in up to Balochistan, and to the north it has extended up to Manda in Jammu Kashmir. We have Manda in Jammu Kashmir, right? And to the south it has extended up to the Maharashtra. So where is Maharashtra? Yeah, Daimabad, Maharashtra near Godavari River. See, all the four places I have given a map directions for you. See, all the four places, that is in all directions, they have extended up to the river valleys. Chenab River, Hindon, Godavari, Dast. See, people have settled along the river valleys up to where the river was existed. And to the west, Alamgir, UP, Hindan River Valley. So this was actually the place where this Indus Valley civilization was occurred, and these people used to live here. And it's somewhat in the triangle shape. When we connect all this, see this. When we connect all this, it comes in a triangular shape. Okay, just for understanding. So this was a place where Indus Valley civilization was flourished. And one more thing, guys, you may ask a question from this topic also. What is the southernmost point of the Indus Valley civilization? The answer is Daimabad, Maharashtra. So in that case, these four places are very important. Okay, and what are the central province? Punjab and Sindh. I have already said Punjab and Sindh. So these are the central province where actually the Indus Valley civilization has started. Now, who has discovered this Harappan civilization? The first thing, we need to study this earlier only, but I have given you the map for clear understanding. So who has discovered this? Initially in 1853, for the first time, a British historian named A. Cunningham, he has noticed the seal for the first time. See, Harappan culture, Indus Valley civilization is famous for seals. We will be studying it in the next slide. So it was very famous for seals. They used the seals and inscribed some pictures on it. So what happened in 1853, one British historian, what he has done, he has founded the seal, but he has not taken it seriously. So he has not taken it seriously and left that seal. But after many years, in 1921, Indian historian and archaeologist Dayaram Sahni and R.D. Banerjee, what these people have did, these people have started excavating in Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. So where is Harappa and Mohenjo-daro? See, here is Harappa and here is the Mohenjo-daro, Sindh and Punjab. So first they have started excavating in these places. At that time it was all India only, guys, right? It was not divided, it was all India only. So they have started the excavations there. And what happened after excavations? Dayaram Sahni has founded sandstone statues, granaries and bullock cart in Harappa. What they have found? Statues, granaries. Granaries also played an important role in this Harappa civilization, guys. Granaries are nothing but the food storage units. Okay, we'll be seeing the picture shortly. And this Mohenjo-daro was the biggest Harappan site of all the sites in the Indus Valley civilization. We can consider it as the largest city in Indus Valley civilization is Mohenjo-daro, which is in Sindh, at present in Pakistan. And who has evacuated it, that is excavated it? R.D. Banerjee. And what he has found? He has found Great Bath, Granary, Bronze Dancing Girl, seal of Pashupatinath Mahadev, statue of Birdman, a piece of woven cotton. So these are the artifacts of Indus Valley civilization found in Mohenjo-daro. Very important, guys. We'll be looking about this in detail in the coming slides, very detailed. So for time being, I am giving a brief introduction part. Now, after 91, these people have founded, but they have founded the individual artifacts. Okay, they have not founded the city. In 1924, John Marshall, Director General of Archaeology Survey of India. So in 1924 only we have founded this Archaeology Survey of India. It was there, and at that time John Marshall, he was the Director General. He has discovered, under his supervision, excavations have started near the Indus Valley. For the first time in the 1924, he has discovered the new civilization. So he is the Mr. John Marshall. He is the first picture of excavation of Indus Valley civilization site. So very important question, guys, and many students will be confusing with these three names. And who was the first who has first made the discovery of this civilization means Harappa is founded by Dayaram Sani, Mohenjo-daro by R.D. Banerjee, but the actual city, the civilization was actually founded by this Mr. John Marshall in 1924. Important, guys, question may come from this. Now let us clearly visualize the important places of Indus Valley civilization. First, this is in the first picture you can see the various rivers. Very important, friends. River systems, that is the river systems and its tributaries, is a very important topic. You should first learn the physical features of India and the world, because before learning any topic and before any preparing for any competitive examinations, you need to get that outline. Okay, so initially what we have done in the starting this ancient history series, we have classified the ancient history series into different parts: medieval, modern, and ancient. So in the same way, we need to first figure out how the India is and how the world is, where are the different places present. So when we learn about the history, now when we learn about this Indus River Valley, you should know that Indus River is present on the above on the north side. Okay, and what are the tributaries? So when we learn the history, it will be very easy for understanding. And if you don't know these terms, actually Rivers Valley, Ravi, and so Satluj, if you don't know the names of these rivers, it will be difficult for you remembering the terms. How many terms will you remember such like that? Okay, so it is very important to first learn the physical features of and the geographical features of India and the world. Okay, now coming back to our topic. See, here is the Indus River. This one is the Indus River. Okay, and these are the various tributaries. And now in the first slide I have explained about the Ghaggar Akra River, where the early phases of Harappan civilization existed. So here is the Akra Ghaggar Valley. Okay, very important. And you can see the very famous sites of Harappan. What are they? Rakhigarhi, Kalibangan, Ganerwala. Very important sites. We'll look into detail about this in the coming slides. Okay, so these are the places. And where is the Mohenjo-daro present? So it is present here. See where it is in Sindh. Okay, it is in Sindh, now in Pakistan. And where is Harappa, guys? See, Harappa is situated on the river Ravi. You may get a question like this also. See, this Mohenjo-daro is situated on which river bank? Harappa is situated on which river bank? So very important. I'll give you a table for that, which will be a quick glance on the complete ancient that is the Indus Valley civilization. Okay. See, now just understand where are the places actually. Okay, we'll learn about them afterwards. First learn then what are the Indus Valley civilization and what are the important places. So these are the important places: Dholavira, Mohenjo-daro, Ganerwala, afterwards Harappa, Kalibangan, Rakhigarhi. Okay, these are the important sites. And now see the division map. Okay, this is the Pakistan and this is the India. So where is the Sindh present? See here, Sindh is present here. The Mohenjo-daro is also present here. And where is Punjab? That is Harappa. Harappa is present here. Now Pakistan is Punjab, not India Punjab, Pakistani Punjab. So majorly the Indus Valley civilization is spread over northwestern part of India. So in this part our Indus Valley civilization is spread. Now you got an idea where this Indus Valley civilization is situated. Okay, now let us learn about detail. Okay, now the town planning and the structure. We have seen that Indus Valley civilization is known for its town planning and urbanization, right? So the first urbanization and town planning, when it was started in Indus Valley civilization, a very advanced civilization. Even after the decline of Harappan civilization also, after for so many years there was no such constructions. So this was very important, and we'll see what are the important features of it. Okay, now it is distinguished by the system of town planning. City was divided into citadel and lower town. Okay, city was divided into citadel and lower town. Let me show you a picture of it. See now, this is the picture. These are the pictures of the Harappan civilization, that is the Harappan constructions in Mohenjo-daro. This is the latest picture which has been taken from the Mohenjo-daro film, guys, acted by Hrithik Roshan. So you can clearly, this is the reconstruction of the movie set. Harappan civilization is the movie set. You can easily visualize the how the Harappan culture used to be. Okay, so here are the large walls and here is the entrance. Okay, majority of the Harappan sites were fortified, guys. Not all. The major one is in Lothal. It was totally fortified, means the area, that is the city, is enclosed with the walls and there will be only one gate to enter and exit. Okay, and this upper portion you can see, right? These are large buildings over here, this one. So this is known as upper town and the lower buildings houses are known as lower town. Okay, upper town and lower town. In the upper town, the ruling class used to live, that is upper class people used to live in this upper town, and the middle class and the lower class, that is the working class, used to live in these small houses. The same way how the our rich people live in big houses and small people live in poor people live in small houses, in the same way the civilization was also divided among, the social division was also present there. And here you can see the ruins of Mohenjo-daro which was excavated recently. Okay, so this is known as citadel. The upper portion, this portion is known as citadel, where these upper class people, the ruling class people, used to live. And these lower houses you can see, right? These houses and this one, these houses are known as lower houses. Okay, and one of the most important construction of this Harappan civilization, that is Indus Valley civilization, is the Great Bath. Here you can see the Great Bath. See, this is a hollow water bath. Okay, very big area, that is small, just like a swimming pool. It was placed in a center of the city. So in every city of Harappan civilization, we have seen so far 6 to 7 cities, right? Very important places. So in every city, consider it as a city site or city. Okay, so in every site this Great Bath is present, and this was believed to be used for the religious practices. Okay, and I will be explaining you clearly in the next slide how it used to be. Okay, now see, city was divided into citadel and lower town. This was a citadel and this is the lower town. Okay, now bricks used in the mature Harappan phase, one measured 7 into 14 into 28, other measured 10 into 20 into 40 in size. Okay, see, bricks were the main construction item for this Harappan. Here you can see the bricks, see, and the bricks were uniform. So there were two sizes, as I have mentioned. This one is the big size, this one is the small size, and the bigger size bricks are used for construction of these public buildings, these big buildings which used ruling class people live, and the small bricks were used to construct these small houses. Okay, and very important, these Harappan people were excellent bricklayers. That is, the mansion structure, the mansions have been developed in this Harappan phase only. Important place of Mohenjo-daro, Great Bath, as I have already said you. Granaries constituted an important part of the cities. What are the granaries? Granaries are nothing but the place where the grains are stored. Okay, it is usually stored on a high place to protect it from floods. Okay, let me show you the picture of it if I have it. Here you can see this one. This one is a granary. Okay, this place is a Lothal, guys. This is not Mohenjo-daro. This is Lothal, where it is surrounded by the river, also the Arabian Sea, and it is acted as a dockyard also. We'll see in detail afterwards. Now, granaries are used for storage of grains. Okay, here where shall I show you? See here, this one. These places are known as granaries. Okay, used for storage of food grains basically. And every house had its own courtyard and bathroom. Courtyard means an open place and a separate bathroom. So even now, many houses, many people don't have bathrooms and courtyards, right? So in those period, that is in Harappan civilization only, around 3300 BC years old, this courtyard and bathroom. See how much developed these people are. And houses arrangement followed a grid system. What is the grid system, guys? See, in the mobile and in the computers also, when you open a folders, that is my computer, there you can view the list view and grid view, right? List view means there be a straight line of columns, and grid view means like this. These are known as grids. Okay, So here houses were constructed. In these intersections, houses were constructed, and was used for the middle space was used for the road constructions. Yeah, this is known as grid system. Very important construction. Okay, now in this picture, yeah, you can see here. See how houses are constructed. Okay, and at sites at Dholavira and Lothal, Gujarat, the entire settlement was fortified and section within the town was also separated by walls. Yeah, in this picture, this is a picture of Lothal only, guys. This is a picture of Lothal only. Here, the entire city was fortified, means the entire city was enclosed with the help of large walls, and there shall be only a one opening to enter and exit. So this is known as fortification, and separate sections, that is the upper class, lower class, and the animal sheds. These are separated by the walls also. Okay, now they had advanced sanitation systems. See, sanitation systems, hygiene, they were very important features of this Harappan culture. Those people in those areas also, they had public toilets. Now many villages, many towns don't have public toilets. If they have also, they are not properly maintained. But in those period, hygiene was the most important feature. Okay, hygiene was the most important feature, and this sanitation system was underground, guys. Sanitation system, the underground construction, civil engineering has started already in the olden, that is in the Harappan culture. Now we study civil engineering for 4 years, 5 years, struggle for that. But in those people, they don't have any education though, and don't have any references, but they have constructed such a beautiful place. See, water drains were underground and had opening terracotta lids. Sorry, wastewater drains. Wastewater has a underground and opening terracotta lids. What? So underground, underwater, the gutters which we use, right? Those they in those area, in those time, they used to be underground. The openings will be covered with of a terracotta lids. We have seen these terracotta pots, right? The red color pots which we use for drinking and storing water. So they have made the terracotta lids only. Now terracotta is very costly, but at the time it might be very abundantly available. So they have used the terracotta lids. Streets were paved with burnt brick to facilitate the easy movement of ox carts. So at that time, people, as already said, they were not known of iron. So iron was invented after this Indus Valley, that is Bronze Age. So Indus Valley civilization people doesn't know the iron. They don't know the cement also. Okay, they don't know the tar. The only thing they have known is the mud, and with the mud they have made the bricks, and they have used the same burnt brick for the pavement. See here. In this picture, you can see clearly they have laid the bricks for the easy movement of ox carts. So in this way, they have laid the roads also. And here you can see the underground drainage system. They used to cover this with the use of terracotta lids or stones. Now, dustbins placed along the streets in Mohenjo-daro. See, even the dustbins were also used. Nowadays, we have many dustbins, and no one will throw in dustbin. They will throw wantedly before the dustbin or near the dustbin. They will not throw into the dustbin. Okay, this is a very good habit of us. But in those period, those people were very particular, very hygienic, and very tidy. Every city in the civilization had at least one great bath. It is believed that they might have had a religious purpose. Okay, so this is the great bath. See here. This is the latest picture from Mohenjo-daro picture. Guys, after watching this video, if you have a free time, please stop watching unnecessary videos. Please do the see the Mohenjo-daro video. After the reading this, you will get a complete idea how the Mohenjo-daro people, Harappan culture people used to live. Okay, yeah, you can see this heroine. What's her name? Pooja Edge. She is doing the rituals. Okay, so this is a great bath. This is also, this is, see, this is excavated site. This is a great bath which is used for the religious purposes. Okay, now coming to the agriculture. So in the Neolithic only, there is a, in the Stone Age and as well as early Bronze Age, what they used to produce? They used to produce rice, as we all know. But in this, they have produced wheat, barley, peas, sesame, and mustard. Many advancements. The Indus people were the earliest people to produce cotton. Again, there will be a question, sir. You have said that in Chalcolithic people was the first people to produce the cotton. Now you are saying Indus people were the earliest people. Yes, because these two civilizations, there is two ages were parallelly running in different places. Okay, in the same time, one were at one place, one were other place. So both have started the this producing the cotton. Okay, similarly, so these Chalcolithic people might also be migrated to this Indus Valley civilization. No one knows, right? So they have started producing cotton also. Both are correct. Evidence for the use of cotton was found in Mehrgarh. It was found in Mehrgarh. Furrows were discovered and used wooden plows. Okay, so they have stopped using these rock plows, that is stone plows. Now they have shifted to wooden plows and furrows. Next, camel and ox were used for the agriculture. So ox still we use for agriculture, but at that time camels were also used for plowing the fields. See, very important. Construction dams for water storage named Garbandas, Nalas in Balochistan, Afghanistan. Very important, guys. Very, very, very important. See, dams were also constructed. Okay, but they have not practiced this canal irrigation from the dam. They have not diverted this through the fields, but they have constructed the dam and they have used the water from the dam instead of the rivers. Okay, instead of the rivers, they have used the water from the dam. And what are the known as Garbandas or Nolas? Very important question. You can expect a question. What is the name of the dam in the Indus Valley civilization and where it is present? Balochistan and Afghanistan. At present, Pakistan. Okay. Oxen, buffaloes, goats, sheep, pigs, horses, and elephants were also domesticated. See, elephants were also domesticated. Horses in the Mohenjo-daro movie, you can see number of horses. Most of the people used oxes and horses only for the agriculture as well as for the transportation also. So this agriculture we have completed. Now comes the economy. So how these people have lived and how the economy has, that is how they have traded. They have traded with the help of seals, uniform script, regulated weights and measures. See, these regulated weights and measures which we use now in vegetable markets, right? Or the people who bring the vegetables to near house, so they also use this same regulated weights and measures till now also, but they are made of iron. So at that time, these are the weights and measures made of limestone and steatite. These were made of limestone and steatite, but now they were made using the iron. Okay, see, traded in stone, metal and shell, etc. Metal money was not used and trade was carried by barter system. Very important. What is mean by barter system, friends? What is mean by barter system? Barter system is nothing but, let us take an example. Okay, see, at that time people know only agriculture, right? And also they were coppersmiths. They know copper, they used to make the copper materials. Okay, and also clothes, cotton was also found out. So these three were the main thing, right? And one people used to do agriculture, while the other people used to make the utensils, other people used to make the clothes. So in order to obtain one, if the agriculture people, if you want a clothes and utensils, he need to buy it from these people, and if these people need a rice or any food material, he need to buy from these people. So in order to exchange the materials, they have used the barter system, which means these agriculture people, they will give the rice or any wheat which they have produced and exchange with the clothes or the copper items. This was the barter system known as, though no metal money was used. Yeah, set up a trading colony in northern Afghanistan. See, they were set up a trading colony in northern Afghanistan also. Trade in this period, there were no fights for the kingdoms. There were no hunting. Hunting has already ended. Now in this phase, the main feature, the main process is the economy, that is trading. People mostly concentrated on trading only. Okay, and Meluhha was prominent trading partner of Sumerians, and they imported timber and ebony and high volumes. Friends, so you will be asking questions, sir, what is this Meluhha? Where does it come from? And who is the trading partner of Sumerian? Meluhha, very important. Meluhha. What it is? It is the old name of Indus Valley civilization. See, majority of people don't know this. What is the old name of Meluhha? Indus Valley civilization, Meluhha. So with whom it has traded? It has traded with Sumerians. And what they have traded? They have traded timber and ebony in high volumes. Okay. And Harappans carried on long distance trade in lapis lazuli. And what was the mode of these trade, guys? It was through the sea route only. They have started manufacturing the boats, so they have continued their trade with in the sea route. Now, what was the unit of measurement? Okay, now we use these rupee, thousands, okay, kg, kilogram, liters. So at that time, what was the unit of measurement? So 16 was the unit of measurement and its multiples. Okay, 16 was the unit of measurement and its multiple, that is 16, 64, okay, 80. So these were the units of measurement, and it was continued up to the modern age also. Do you ask why? And now, yes, in the recent times, in the nearly up to the modern history, guess I think we have called 1 rupee is equal to 16 annas, right? If you don't know, you ask your grandparents or any people belonging to that age. So they used to be annas, and 16 annas was equal to 1 rupee. So that this was a system which was started in Harappa culture only. See, many systems we have actually acquired from Harappa. Many we actually don't know how we have done this, but many systems, that is the town planning, the urbanization, economy, these have all started in the Harappan culture only. That's why it is called the first civilization in the Indian subcontinent, and very important civilization. The weights were made of limestone, steatite, and were usually cubical in shape. Yeah, already said that they were cubical in shape. Lothal could be the world's first dockyard. What is dockyard, guys? It is generally the parking place of the boats, right? Parking place of the ships and boats is known as dockyard, and where it was in the Harappan period, it was in Lothal. Let me show you. I've already shown you. See, this was the place. Here you can see the boats, right, in the closed enclosure. This was a way for the movement into the sea. So this is known as dockyard, and where it was a Lothal, first dockyard. Okay. Now coming to the crafts. Okay, in the Stone Age we have seen the different tools used. Okay, Stone Age was based on the tools classification only, and after that comes the copper. Now it is based on the crafts of Mohenjo-daro. Very important features, guys. They have made different new different types of toys and utensils. Okay, we learn up well acquainted with the manufacturing and use of bronze. Okay, see, I've already explained you the copper was available at the end of Bronze Age, right? It is Chalcolithic age we have studied, but initially bronze was the material available to this Indus people. Maybe copper was available in other area, but in this Indus Valley civilization area, so bronze was majority available, and it was obtained from Khetri copper mines of Rajasthan, and tin was possibly brought from Afghanistan. Okay, generally how bronze is made, bronze plus copper plus tin, but they also use this arsenic also for making it. Very important. Okay, and where they are obtained from Khetri copper mines of Rajasthan, and tin was bought from Afghanistan. Okay, and bricklaying was an important craft. See, I have already explained you bricklaying. They were excellent bricklayers. Okay, and practiced boat making, bead making, and seal making. See, boat making, they have made the trade using the sea route only. Obviously, they need the boat. And bead making for the ornaments and jewelry, and the seal making. Seals are important, guys. Seals are very important because they have inscriptions and the symbols inscribed on it, with the symbols and the pictographs of various animals and gods. Still now, the major thing is, still now they have not deciphered it. Means they have not, historians, no one has found out the exact meaning script of Harappan civilization. It is still under research only. Terracotta manufacture was an important craft. Here you can see the terracotta toys, right? When you visit the Shilparamams, right? Shilparamam means in major cities, I guess it is found in Hyderabad and Tirupati also, in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, in other places I am not sure. So where you can see the oldest mud toys and utensils made of mud. So this is the terracotta toy used, made with the help of mud. Okay, one second. Yeah, the goldsmith made jewelry of silver, gold, and precious stones. See, these people don't know the iron, but they know the silver, gold also. They have made silver and gold ornaments at that time only. Okay, and you see, you can clearly see this in Mohenjo-daro movie, guys. They were very well decorated, very well dressed also, right? So you can see it in that movie. They even tested the purity of gold by the touchstone technique. Okay, even now you might have seen in the movies or in the gold shops, people to check the quality, they rub the gold with the stone. Okay, the black color stone, that is known as touchstone technique. Okay, when it was invented in the Harappan culture only, and produced their own characteristic property, which was glossy and shiny. See, in the Chalcolithic age, that is Neolithic Chalcolithic age, pottery was painted. Pottery was with a red and black color mud, and they have painted it. Now what they have done, they have made glossy and shining. Okay, large number of toys including dice. See, dice which we use now also, which we used to play, and whistles, marbles were found, including clay figures of bullock carts, spinning tops. The world's first buttons were found. See here. See, they have made the buttons also for the clothes. They have made the buttons also. It was world's first button was found in Harappan culture. So these are the very important crafts. And here you can see the bronze lady, guys, statue. Whenever you see any video, any picture regarding the Indus Valley civilization, this is must. They'll display this image only, because these were made numerous. These were found in numerous things. These upper class people or ruling class people might have been enjoying the dancing. Okay, so they have made these bronze statues in a large number. See, these are the various artifacts found in the Mohenjo-daro, that is Harappan side. These are the various spots you can see here. Very well designed, polished, and also they have painted also. And here you can see the various images of women. Okay, women and one-horned rhinoceros. They have also seen rhinoceros, guys. But one-horned animals are very famous. I don't know what this made them very famous. But one-hand animals like rhinoceros. Okay, so these type of animals are very famous. And here you can see one image, right? This particular toy or image is known as articraft is known as mother goddess, means they used to worship mother goddesses. And here you can see, I guess you are not clear with this picture. If you are clear, you can see a tree coming out of it, guys. Maybe the picture is not clear. You can see a tree coming out of it, means they have worshipped the mother nature. That is, they consider the nature as their mother and they worshipped it. And here you can see the various utensils which have not painted. These are painted. Okay, and this is a famous man, our Modi ji. See, Modi ji was present in Harappa culture. Is it? Just joking, guys. Modi ji was not present at that time, but this image resembles our Modi ji feature. Many people like us, we will be creating such a nonsense things, right? So he is like a Modi. No, guys, it was an image. It is considered as a chief priest of that period. Okay, it is made of stone. See here, very popular image. Okay, remember it with the help of Modi only. Very easy, right? Modi ji has been in the Harappan civilization. And now, yeah, this is the latest picture from Mohenjo-daro. This is the market. See how they have even constructed the first floor also. Okay, two-story building was also very famous. And see here, they have constructed these are the marketplaces, and these are the upper class people. Okay, they will be ruling. And see the clothes of the people. You see the movie, guys, it is very clear. Now comes the religion. People are there, they have constructed the houses, they are doing the economy. So there should be some god, right? God is present everywhere, as everyone knows it. But there should be some deity or something to be worshipped. So what they have practiced in period is Matri Devi or Shakti is the mother goddesses. Okay, how we come to know that? So we come to know that with the help of these things. So through these articrafts, we came to know that they have worshipped the mother goddesses. And yogi worship and the nature worship also existed. Yogi worship means, here you can see the person, see, is in a yogi posture, right? And various other animals, that is one of rhinoceros, you can find tiger, you can find deers over here, right? You can find elephants also. So these are various animals, these are also worshipped, and this is known as Pashupati Mahadev. Okay, Pashupati Mahanav is the lord of animals. This particular symbol or picture is considered as the Pashupati Mahadev, and is considered the lord of animals. So all animals have been inscribed on this seal. And they worship the trees like people also. Here you can see they have inscribed the people with the one-horned animal. So this is the people tree. They worship the people tree also. Now also we worship the people tree. They also worship fire called Havan Kund. Okay, they also worship fire called Havan Kund. Pashupati Mahadev already discussed. The people of Indus Valley civilization carried out animal worship like unicorn and ox. See, here you can see the horse inscribed in it, and you can see the unicorn, one-horned animals. Okay, so they have worshipped these animals very much. Okay, and majority of people will be having, they have worshipped so many deities, they have worshipped mother goddesses. Do they have temples? No, they don't have any temples. Okay, temples were not constructed in Indus Valley civilization, and no traces were found till now. Okay, till now no traces were found, so we can consider that there are no temples at that place. In Mohenjo-daro also there was no place constructed. In the movie there was no any temple, guys. It was the mother goddesses, you can see clearly, it was in a cave, so they went there and worshipped there. Okay, so that was the thing. And here you can see one thing. What is this locket type thing? So this is known as amulet. Okay, amulet. Okay, nowadays also we wear this for protecting us from occult forces, right? So they have also used, the Harappans also used it for the same purpose only. So amulets were also used. And Harappan script, see, I've already told you, Harappan script is a script which has not deciphered till now, that is, it has not been identified or recognized. So earlier script was discovered in 1853 only, but complete Harappan script discovered in 1923. Very important. When was Harappan script discovered? In 1923. See, nearly 4,000 specimens of Harappan writing was on stone seals have been discovered. 4,000 specimens have been discovered, and seals were made of steatite or faience and served as symbol of authority. Nowadays also we have seals in government offices, right? So what they actually represent, they serve as a symbol of authority. If we have the seal on a particular document, then it is a valid document. In the same way, they used the seals made of steatite and faience. Very important, very very important. And was first signboard, a board with stone symbol or letters over 30 centimeters in height in a wooden frame, was discovered in Dholavira in 1999. Here you can see, guys, this was the entrance, and there was a name board, signboard. See, some symbols have been inscribed on it, and this was considered as the first signboard of a civilization or in the world itself. Okay, where it was discovered in Dholavira in 1999. Very important. And the writings are in Kharosthi style. What is this Kharosthi style, guys? How we write nowadays? From right to left. Sorry, from left to right. Right? We write the writing from left to right. But what is the Kharosthi style? It is from right to left. That is reverse style, which we also known as Urdu. Okay, the writings were in Kharosthi style at that time period. Here you can see the various seals of Harappan. Okay, where they have inscribed the symbols as well as some letters, but these have not yet been deciphered. That is, they have not been identified and recognized what type of script it was. So it is still on research. Now this is the table which gives the complete gist of Harappan civilization. If you learn this table, this is enough, guys. Okay, but don't learn directly, go through the video, then you use this table as for a just references. Before going to exam, just see this table once. Okay, I'll be providing the PDF also. See, important sites of Harappan civilization. As I already said, we have seen. One second, let me explain you with the help of the map. See, what are the places? We have Dholvira, Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Kalibangan, Rakhigarh, and yeah, these places. Okay, these are the places very important. Now we have seen in this map, so just fit it in the mind. Now we'll be learning about the, one second. Now we'll be learning about in detail who has discovered the place, when it was discovered, and what are the places found. I mean, what are the artifacts found in that place. Now, Harappa, where it is present? Montgomery district of Punjab, present Pakistan. On which river it is present? Ravi river. Who has founded it? See, I have said in 1921, Dayaram Saini has founded this Harappa. And who has founded this Mohenjo-daro? R.D. Banerjee. And Harappa, what he has founded? He has founded sandstones of human anatomy and granaries, bullock carts. And Mohenjo-daro, where it is? Sindh province, Pakistan, on the river Indus. Okay, and found discovered by R.D. Banerjee in 1922. What you have discovered? Great bath, granary, bronze dancing girl, Pashupati Mahadev, steel statue of Birdman, that is Modi ji, and piece of woven cotton. Now, Kalibangan. Kalibangan, where it is? Rajasthan. This side near Accra Gagra Valley, you have seen, right? There, Rajasthan, see Gagar river. And who has discovered ghosts in 1953? Fire altar, camel bones, wooden plow. See, camel bones were also found there. Channu Daro, Sindh province, is also in Pakistan. River Indus to the south of Mohenjo-daro. Okay, to the south of Mohenjo-daro, Chenudaro this place is situated there. And who has founded it? N.G. Majumdar in 1931. Okay, 1931. Bead maker shop, footprints of dog chasing a cat. Footprints of dog chasing a cat was found in Chenudaro. Now, Lothal I have seen the first dockyard. It is in Gujarat, head of Gulf of Cambay. Gulf of Cambay, what it is? If you know it, please mention in the comment, guys. Very important. You need to learn in the physical features. Gulf of Cambay, run-off cuts. These all things are very important. And who has discovered it? R. Rao in 1953. First man-made port. See, man-made port I have already shown you in the picture. Dockyard, ships, man-made port, rice cask, fire altars. Chess was played in this period. Very, very, very important. Chess was also played in Harappan civilization. And Surkodatta, it is also in Gujarat, head of Run of Kutch. J.P. Joshi in 1964, bones of horses and beads. Horses' bones were found. And Banwalai, Haryana, Saraswati River, see, very important. Saraswati River flows through the Haryana, and whom it was discovered by R.S. Bishit in 1974. See, beads, barley, evidence of both pre-Harappan culture and Harappan culture. So in this place, pre-Harappan culture people used to live, as well as Harappan culture also. And Dholavira, very important place in Gujarat, in Kutch district. Okay, founded by also R.S. Bishit, 1985. Water harnessing system, water reservoir, very important. Where was the water dam initially constructed? In Balochistan and Afghanistan. See, water reservoir in Dholavira, that is in India. So these two tables are very important, guys. Please take a screenshot of it. I'll also be providing in the this PDF materials also. Now, see, I have tried to trace out all the important places of Mohenjo-daro, that is Harappan civilization. I guess you can see or not clearly. Okay, I'll try to zoom it out. No. Okay, see, this is the Gujarat. You can see the proper map of India. This one. Okay, this is a map of India. Here is Gujarat. So this is the Pakistan. Here is the Indus River flowing. Okay, here is the Indus River flowing. Okay, see, let me explain you clearly. Where is the first place? It is Mohenjo-daro. Here, Chenudaro is south of Mohenjo-daro. Here, Chenudaro is present here in Pakistan. And Dholavira, see, Dholavira and Sukhothai Indus Valley civilization is present here. And coming to the Harappa port town archaeology remains. And again, so only Harappa is present here, guys, somewhere here in Punjab. See, here, Punjab. Yeah, it is here. Harappa is here. And Kalibangan, so means black bangles. Okay, it is here. Rashigari, it is present here. It is considered to be the first village of a pre-Harappan phase. Okay, and these are the exact. I will provide you the map in the PDF. Also, please take a screenshot of it, and you can zoom it after taking a screenshot. No issue. I have traced all the places, which is around 668 hours. If any person who is very interested, very interested in exploring, you can go here. Okay, and please explain us after going there. Okay. Okay, now, which is the largest place among these places of Harappa? See, Dholavira has only 50 hectares, very small place. Harappa, first place to be found out, but it is 150 hectares only. Rakhigarhi, first early phase of civilization, 250 hectares. It was very big. And the last big one, very big among the all, is Mohenjo-daro. It is spread around 500 hectares. This is very important, guys. Which is the largest Harappan site? It is Mohenjo-daro, 500 hectares. Okay, spread around 500 hectares. Now, see, we have seen how the development in Harappa civilization has taken place and what are the inventions and how the people lived. Now we will see how the Harappan civilization has declined. Till now, the reason is unknown. Till date, the reason is known. We have developed so much sophisticated technology, all have come. But the reason for the decline of Harappan civilization and the traces, evidences have not yet been found. See, it started declining around 1800 BC. And Mortimer Wheeler, so he is a historian. According to theory, what he claims that Indo-European tribe, that is Aryans, okay, from Europe, Aryans people, which we'll study in the next video, he has claimed that these Aryans have invaded and conquered the IVC. So as a result, they have destroyed the civilization and Aryans continue to live. Okay, but this was not actually proved. This has not evidence, and after the latest findings, these assumption has been ruled out. On the other hand, Robert Reis, what he believed natural forces are behind the decline of IVC. Natural forces means natural calamities, that is the natural, that is geographical and climatic conditions. Okay, some people say that geographical climatic conditions does not support. There was a low rainfall, there was no rain at all, and the soil start degrading, that is losing its fertility. As a result, it has ended. And next, tectonic disturbances. Some people say that there were a large earthquake has happened. As a result, there was the disturbance in the rivers and the flood has occurred and total civilization has ended. See, changed course of rivers or dried them up. These tectonic disturbances have changed the course of rivers, means the path of rivers. So they have changed and they have dried them up. Changes in pattern of rainfall. Rainfall was uneven. So these are all assumptions only, guys. Don't have any exact evidence for it. And brought floods to the food producing areas. I have said no. Some people believe that there was due to the tectonic disturbances, that is the earthquakes. These dams have been collapsed and the brought floods to the food producing areas. And the last important is gradual drying of the Saraswati River. From starting of this lecture, we have been concentrating on the Saraswati River. Why? Because, guys, people still, there are evidences that the Saraswati River was the main thing which has added water facility, that is a water capacity to the Indus River. As a result, there was a large availability of water, and after drying up the Saraswati River, water source got, water capacity got lessened. As a result, civilization has ended. And these are all the assumptions, guys. You may ask in the examination, they will be given a 4 options, and what is not the reason for Indus Valley declination, or what is the reason for decline of Indus Valley civilization. You need to choose among those. So this type of questions are asked about the decline of Harappan civilization. Now see the Saraswati River. See this one. This one is the Saraswati River map, and after drying up Saraswati River map, here you can see the Saraswati River. See, guys. So what are the tributaries? Suktej, Yamuna, Drushdavati. So where is Indus? This one is the Indus. So it is parallel to the Indus. Saraswati is parallel to the Indus River. It added water source to the, water capacity to the Indus River, and around these people used to live. And after a period of time, this Saraswati River has gone disappeared. Okay, till now we don't have this river. We don't have Saraswati, and there was a mystery still going on regarding the Saraswati River. So yes, you can't see the Saraswati. This is a dry bed. This is nothing but the Saraswati River. Okay, so people, historians believe that this is the Saraswati River only. Okay, so this is the main importance of Saraswati River in the Indus Valley civilization. Okay, so that's it all, guys. We have completely studied about the Indus Valley civilization. Okay, we have completely studied about the Indus Valley civilization, their classifications. Okay, so where the presence and what are the importance, agriculture, economy, who has founded it. So we have seen the entire thing. So if you have liked the video, please like, share and subscribe, friends. If you subscribe, it will be encouraging for post more and more videos with a great content. Okay, please do watch the other videos also. If you have not watched the previous videos, please do watch those videos. And then usually if history, you need to study as a story, guys. So you need to start from the first. If you watch from the interval, you won't understand the movie. You need to start from the beginning itself. So that's all it for today's, guys. I hope you have liked the video. Please like, share and subscribe my video. Thank you. Have a good day.